Hey class, hello everyone. How are you all doing today? So I hope all of you are really excited for the next session. Yep. So as I have told you in the next session or in today's session, we will be doing about average speed, distance and time, and I hope all of you have gone through the basic questions of each and every topic so that you'll know what kind of difficulty we are facing, what kind of questions are there. Okay, so I will be always telling you what will be the next topic so that you can prepare some or the other questions from the topic so that it will be easy for us to understand all the questions, right? So I welcome you all, those who are here for the first time. Welcome to all those who are the regular students. Welcome you all bachcho to the Lakshya NTSE series for your math, and let's crack it, right? So today this is your timetable, right? So today we'll be talking about average speed, distance and time, and on Sunday we'll be talking about arithmetic, reasoning, coding, decoding. Okay, so I have told you this will be our today's topic and this will be our Sunday's topic, right? Then this is the timetable as follows. So today we'll be talking about average speed, distance and time. Okay, and the most important part in the average speed is this, that average speed, let's talk about when we'll be going ahead. Okay, so this is the most important part. I have kept it in the picture so that you'll know okay, this is very important. Okay, so let's move ahead. And average speed, distance and time, the types of problems will be, first we'll be talking about on the types of problems on the averages, and then average speed and distance and time. So first will be average of numbers or quantity, any average problems which you have already done, right? Average of 10 numbers was this, one more number was added, so this was increased or decreased, what was the quantity, like that. Based on average speed, problems on train, okay, and then based on distance traveled and time taken. Got it? So these are the kind of problems which are there, and it's these all are very good problems, easily understood. Okay, so the only formula for these last two topics, average speed problems and problems on train and the distance travel, the only formula you should know is this, that average speed is equal to total distance upon total time taken. And all of you till now must be knowing that your speed distance is equal to speed into time, right? So from here you can get your speed as distance upon time, correct? Time shifted there will go in division, and your time you can get as distance upon speed, correct? So these are your three important formulas in this whole topic, right? So let's move ahead now. So then we'll be talking about, okay, what will be the aim to solve, what kind of problems we'll be solving in today's part. So first we'll be solving problems related to average, which I have told you. Then we'll be solving related to problems related to average speed. Okay, then we'll be solving related to train problems, and then we'll be relating to distance traveled and time taken. So all in all, two types of problems are there, or mostly three. Okay, one which is only based related to average of quantities, then we'll be talking about average speed and distance, and then there is a concept of relative speed which I will be discussing here as well. So these are the three major concepts which we will be discussing today. Okay, so let's move ahead now, and the first topic is the average of first 100 natural numbers is what? What is the average of first 100 natural number? Okay, so what is the average of first 100 natural numbers? Now, what is the sum of natural number? As we have already learned that sum of n natural number is n into n plus 1 by 2. So sum of 100 natural number, first 100. So I will say that, sir, my sum of first 100 natural number natural numbers will be equal to what? 100 into 101 divided by 2. Why? Because I have used the formula of what? Sum of n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So here, as you can see, it will be 50 into 101, correct? 50 into 101. So let us say, let's not simplify it. Let's keep it this way only. Okay, at the end we'll simplify. Now, what do you want to find out? Average of all these numbers. So this is the sum of numbers, and how many of values are there? Total 100 values. So we know that the formula of average is sum of values or sum of observations divided by number of observations. Yes or no? We know it. Correct? So if we know it, sum of values, what is the sum of observations? 100 into 100 plus 101 divided by 2. And what is number of observations? Total 100 observations. Right? So this to this got cancelled. Then you got 101 by 2, which is nothing but 50.5. So the average is 50.5. This is how you find out the average of first 100 natural numbers. Okay? You find out the average of first 100 natural numbers. Now, as you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So till then all the sum first we have found, then total 100 numbers were there. So we have done 101, 100 into 101 divided by 2 into 100. So if there is a bigger number like that, try not to simplify it at the starting. Okay, if they all are in multiplication only, keep them in that way, so that at the end if there is any common factor, you can cancel that. Okay, so this is the one trick you have to remember. Let's go for the next question. So the correct answer is 50.5. Right? Now let's go for the next question. The next question is, a man completes 30 km of a journey at the speed of 6 km per hour. Okay, 30 km of journey at the speed of 6 km per hour, and remaining 40 km of the journey in 5 hours. His average speed for the whole journey. His average speed for the whole journey. Now see, if you don't know this concept, I know maximum students what they will be doing. See, okay, maximum students who will not be knowing it, they will say ki, okay sir, average of speed they are asking. So we'll do one thing, sir. We'll find out the average speed in the first part. It is given. Okay, 6 km per hour, and then we'll find out the average speed in this part, 40 km divided by 5, so 8, and 6 plus 8 divided by 2, 14 by 2, which is 7. So they will say 7 is correct, but I will say wrong. Okay, it will not be correct. It will not be correct. So what will happen here, that the main thing is average speed is not average of speed 1 upon average of speed 2 divided by 2. Okay, it is not like that. What happens? So I have told you already that average speed is nothing but total distance. Okay, average speed, remember bachon, this is the formula, mantra. Okay, average speed is always, not a single case of contradiction, is total distance covered upon total time taken. As simple as that. Okay, you don't care with what speed it was traveling. No, I only care about how much total distance it has covered, how much total time it has taken. Understood? This is what we bother. So let us see, what is the total distance? Total distance is 30 km and 40 km. Okay, so 30 km plus 40 km, that is 70 km. Now let us see what is total time taken. In the first part, 30 km at the speed of 6 km per hour. So for the first part here, I can say ki sir, my time will be distance upon speed. So 30 upon 6, which is 5 hours. Correct? So 5 hours in the first part and 5 hours in the next part. So total 5 plus 5, 10 hours. So you'll be getting 70 by 10, which is equal to 7 hours. Okay? Now see, it may look like, sir, see sir, it is again 8 plus 6 is 7 only, but it is not always like that. Okay, this formula, that you find average of speed 1 and average of speed 2, that is wrong. That is wrong. Average speed is always total distance upon total time taken. No contradiction anywhere, always. So this is the main formula. Do not trick yourself. The examiner, they give the question like this only. Okay, so do not get tricked. Average speed is, find out what is the total distance covered, find out what is the total time taken, and then divide both to get your average speed. Understood? Chalo. So now let's move to the next question. So your correct answer for this question is 7 km per hour. Is 7 km per hour. Right? Chalo, let's move ahead. Next question is, a cricketer has a certain average of runs for his 64 innings. In 65th inning, he is bowled out for no score. No score means 0 run. This brings down his average by 3 runs. What his new average of runs is? What is his new average of runs? So we'll say, let us say ki sir, earlier the average was X. Okay, so let us say ki previous average was equal to X. Previous average was equal to X. In how many innings? 64 innings. So total runs in 64 innings will be equal to, so I will say ki sir, total runs in 64 innings. Okay, remember what I am trying to tell you. Total runs in 64 innings will be, each inning average score is X. That means we can say ki each inning he is scoring X runs. So in 64 innings, how many runs? 64 into X. Correct? Or you can say ki sir, total runs will be equal to, average is equal to total upon number of observation. So shift it there. So number of observation into average will give you total. Okay, so 64 into X is the total runs in 64 innings. Now this, as you can see, that in 65th inning he got bowled out for no score, that means 0 run. So 64X is also the run for 65 innings. Okay, these are also equal to total runs in 65 innings. Correct, because no run was added. Also, total run in 65 innings can be found by one other method. Total runs in 65 innings can be written like what they have told, ki once he got out at 0 in 65th inning, his average goes down by 3. So earlier the average was X, now the average will become X minus 3. So I can say ki sir, this means my new average will become X minus 3. So the total runs in 65 innings, I can say ki sir, sum of values is equal to average into number of values. So average is here X minus 3 and into how many innings? 65 innings. Correct? This is the average of 65 innings. So 65 X minus 3 into 65. This is the average of 64 innings. So 64 into X. Now since both should be equal, because both are giving the runs scored in 65 innings only, because in 65th inning he has scored 0 runs. So both should be same. So let us make them same. So when I make them equal, 64X is equal to 65X minus 65 into 3 is 195. So shift here, you'll be getting X is equal to 195. X is equal to 195, and as you can see, the first option is 195. Okay, this is what the student make mistake. What is the mistake? The question clearly asking you his new average of runs. What is the new average? X minus 3. So new average will become 195 minus 3, which is equal to 192. So you will say that 192 is the answer, not 195. See, always remember, bachcho, keep this thing in your mind. What you want to, what the question is asking, average of new innings. That is why new average I have clearly written is X minus 3, so that I'll remember ki sir, X minus 3 I have to find, not X. So as you have got X, see, the examiner also tricks with you in a way that A option they have given as 195, so that suppose that out of 100 students, suppose 70 students so didn't knew how to do, or let us say 50 students didn't knew how to do it. Rest 50, out of those rest 50, 40 will go wrong in here. Ki, oh, X 195, tick the answer. Don't do that. Okay? Always have your mind calm. New average was asked, so 195 minus 3 is 192. So the answer will be, this answer is given wrong here. Okay, the new average will be 192. The correct answer is 192. Okay, that answer is wrong. Let's make it wrong. And let's see whether green, this is the correct answer. Okay, 192 is the correct answer, because new average we have to find out. Correct? Chalo. So now let's move ahead to our next question. The next question is, see, X is equal to 195, they have stopped it. No. So new average will be X minus 3, that is 192. Okay, remember this thing. Chalo. So I have clearly explained it is 192, not 195. Okay, it is wrong. Correct answer is 192. Chalo. Let's move to the next question. The next question is this. A person travels from Mumbai to Ahmedabad by car in 5 hours. 5 hours he is taking. Now, the speed of the car during first hour of the journey was 60 km per hour. Okay. The next 2 hours speed was 80 km per hour. Okay, next hour it was 100 km per hour. Finally, during the last hour of his journey, he drove at 40 km per hour. What is the average speed? Again, average speed means total distance upon total time taken. Okay, so let us find out what is the total distance. Okay, what is total distance? Total time to we know is 5 hours. They have already given. It is traveling how many hours? 5 hours. Okay, so total time to we know is 5 hours. Let us find out total distance. So as that it is saying, the speed of the car during the first hour was 60 km. So we know that distance is equal to speed into time. So speed is 60 into time for 1 hour. So in the 1 hour he has traveled 1 into 60, that is 60 km. Plus the next 2 hours speed was 80 km per hour. So that means 2 into 80 will be the distance traveled in the next 2 hours. How many hours we have counted? 3 hours. Okay, then next hour it was 100 km per hour. So 1 into 100. Correct? And then during the last hour it was 40 km per hour. So plus 1 into 40. So what will be our total distance? Total distance covered will be 60 plus 160 plus 100 plus 40. So 100 plus 200 is 300, 360 km. What are you getting? 360 km. So your average speed will be equal to 360 total distance upon total time taken was 5. So you will be getting 72 km per hour. Okay, now if you go by the average of speed, suppose that part, so 60 plus 80 plus 100 plus 40, so 60 plus 40, 100 plus 100, 200, 280 divided by, suppose if you are doing how many values? 4 values, so 280 by 4 is 70, that will be wrong. Okay, so that answer is also given to confuse the question, students. Always remember, average speed is not the average of speed. Many, I'm telling you again and again because it is very important, many make mistakes. The silly mistake, even after knowing it, average speed is not average of speed, it is total distance upon total time. Total distance upon total time, as simple as that. Understood? Chalo, so now let's move to the next question. Okay, chalo, so now let's move to the next question. The correct answer is 72 km per hour. And the next question is, the average of A, B and C is 43 years. Which of the following statements are required to find the eldest among them? Statement 1 is age of C is 65 years and age of A is 25 years. So you have to tell us that how many statements? You need statement 1, statement 2 both, or statement 1 only, or statement and statement 2 both are not sufficient, or only statement 2 is sufficient. So now let us see what they are telling us. They are saying ki, sir, average of A, B and C is 43 years. So that means A plus B plus C, age of A plus age of B plus age of C divided by 3 is equal to 43. Correct? So from here I can say ki sum of age of A, B and C is 43 into 3, which is 129. Which is what? 129. So A plus B plus C is equal to what? 129 we have got. Okay. So first thing we have got, sir, sum of A, B and C's age is what? 129. Now let us take any one statement. Let us start with one statement. If first statement tells me ki who is the eldest, I will say ki only one is sufficient. Then I'll take only 2. If it will be able to satisfy, I'll say only 2 is sufficient. Then I'll say both, check both. If both are able to give me the answer, then I'll say both are sufficient. And still if I'm not getting the answer, I will say none of them are sufficient. So I know ki A plus B plus C is 129. Let us take first statement. They are saying C, age of C is 65 years. So let us take A plus B plus 65 is equal to 129. Correct? So you will be getting A plus B is equal to 129 minus 65. So you will be getting A plus B. Age of A plus B is what? 64 years. Ab now bachon, tell me one thing. C is 65 years old. And sum of A and B's age is only 64 years old. So I can easily say ki sir, C is the eldest among them all. Correct? So only option 1 is sufficient for me. Only option 1 is sufficient for me, because only by using option 1, when I put C is equal to 65, I will get the sum of age of A and B is only 64 years. So only statement 1 is sufficient to tell me that C is the eldest among them all. C is the eldest among them all. Okay, so the correct answer here will be A, that only first statement is sufficient. Only first statement is sufficient. Okay, now let's move ahead. A train travels from one station X to another station Y at the rate of 20 km per hour and returns at the rate of 30 km per hour. The average speed of the total journey. So now you have to tell me what will be the average speed of this total journey. Okay, so the train is traveling from one station X to another station Y. So the distance between this station X, the distance between the station X, okay, and station Y will remain same no matter you are going up or you are going down. Correct? So let us say your X is here and let us say your station Y is here. Okay, so a train travels from one station to another station at the rate of 20 km per hour and returns at the 30 km per hour average speed. So now see, many will do what? 20 plus 30 divided by 2, so you will do 25. No, that is not way. First we will find out the total speed, total distance and then total time. Correct? So now first I will explain you what is happening here and then I'll give you a direct formula for this kind of situation when between two stations a train or anyone is going from X to Y and returning Y to X. Okay, and the speed during both the times is given. So how do you find out the formula? Let us say that from going from X to Y he was traveling at the distance of A km per hour and while returning he was traveling at a distance of B km per hour. Okay, let us say this was happening. So now, and let us say the distance between X and Y is D kilometers. Okay, so time taken from moving from X to Y, time taken from moving X to Y will be distance is what? D only, upon speed is what? A. And time taken to move from Y to X, the distance is D and speed is B km per hour. Correct? So this is the time. Now as I have told you that the average speed is total distance upon total time taken. So average speed, total distance. So see, from X to Y D kilometer and then from Y to X is again D. So D plus D total 2D is the distance. Why? Because you are traveling two ways, na? D kilometer now, D kilometer again. So D plus D is 2D divided by total time will be D by A plus D by B. Correct? So now you will be seeing ki chalo bhaiya take LCM, so 2D upon take LCM here, so you will say ki sir into B into B into A, so you'll be getting D times of A plus B upon AB. Okay, I have just taken LCM, nothing hi-fi I have done here, just taken LCM, so you will get here DB by AB, DA by AB, so take D common, D times of A plus B upon AB. Okay, now as you can see this this D to D get cancelled, this AB will go up, so you'll be getting 2 times of AB divided by A plus B. So whenever you are given the average speed in this kind of question, to find out average speed in this kind of question, you can, and the speed during X to Y and Y to X is given, you can directly use this formula 2AB upon A plus B. So according to this formula, see what you'll be getting, 2 times of speed from here to here is, one is 20, other is 30. So 2 into 20 into 30 upon 20 plus 30 is 50. Correct? This to this cancel, 5 1s are and 5 4s are, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24, 8 3s are 24. So the correct answer is 24 kilometer per hour. The correct answer is 24 kilometer per hour. Okay, so again as you will see, I have not used any new concept. What I have done, I have just found a simple formula for a particular kind of question so that I don't have to do this much. So this case, when between 2 points a person is moving here from here to here, so in that case if the speed is given for both the sides, you will do 2AB upon A plus B. Okay, and here you will see average speed is nothing but I have taken as total distance upon total time taken. Okay, so the direct formula, this is the direct formula which is important. Remember this, you have to remember this. Okay, remember this formula, make a note of this in your copy quickly. 2AB upon A plus B, this question in this way directly you can get this answer. you can get the answer. Okay, chalo. So now I'll move ahead. Next question. So the correct answer is 24 km per hour, and this is the formula directly given. Let's move to the next question. If a person walks at 14 km instead of if a person walks at 14 km instead of 10 km per hour, he would have walked 20 km more. The actual distance traveled by him is. So see what is happening. The person is walking at 14 km per hour instead of 10 km per hour. He would have walked 20 km more. So again, simple, yeah. Distance traveled in this. Okay, distance when he is traveling at 14 km per hour, the time taken is same. Okay, time is same. Okay, so I will say so distance will be 14 into, let us say any time t. Let us say any time t. So 14 into t will be the distance traveled. Okay, now when he is traveling at the same, so distance 1, distance 2, so it will be 10 into t. And then they are saying this second distance, if he is walking at 14 km per hour, he is walking 20 km more. That means I can say sir, this 14t is equal to 10t plus 20. That means when he is walking at 14 km per hour, the distance is whatever he was walking at 10 km per hour, 20 km more than it. 20 km more than it. Okay, so shift this there, you'll get 4t is equal to 20. You'll be getting t is equal to 5 hours. So for 5 hours he is walking. What do you want to find out? The actual distance. So actual distance is, if a person walks at 10, he is actually walking at 10 km per hour. So if he is walking actually at 10 km per hour, 10 into 5 will be 50. So the correct answer will be 50 km per hour. Okay, 10 into 5. 10 was the speed and 5 is the hour. So 10 into 5 is 50 km per hour. Okay, they have done the same thing, nothing else. Chalo, let's move to the next question. Two cars pass each other in opposite direction. It's a very important question. How long would they take to be 500 km apart? So for this now, I will just quickly tell you the concept of relative speed, and it is same for all. It is same for all. In the concept of relative speed, when two objects are approaching towards each other, okay, suppose this object is traveling at, let us say, 10 km per hour, and this one is traveling at 5 km per hour. Okay, so what is happening? So let us say one car is traveling at 10 km per hour and another car is traveling at 5 km per hour. Okay, so when these two are traveling towards each other, so as you will see, suppose if I talk about after 1 hour, okay, this is per hour, okay, this is speed. Suppose let us say at the starting the gap between them was 100 km, let us say. Okay, so after 1 hour you will see after 1 hour this will move 10 km ahead, this will move 5 km ahead. So now the distance is only 85 km per hour. That means overall distance between them has decreased by 15 km. In the next hour, this will again move 10 km here, this will again move 5 km here. So now the distance between them is only 70. So every hour, the distance between them will decrease as 15 km, 15 km, 15 km. So I can say this concept is same as one stationary thing, and a car is traveling at 15 km per hour. So first 15, then 30. So this concept will be same. So I will say sir, they are moving together. So when two objects move towards each other, they move closer to each other very quickly. That is why the relative speed in this case, is x plus y. Whatever is the speed of this car, whatever the speed of that car, both the speeds are added. And when I take the next case here, let us say this is moving as 10 km per hour, and let us say this is moving in the 5 km per hour. Okay, so here they are moving in the same direction, and here they were moving in the opposite direction. One is towards, as you can see here, one is towards right, one is towards left, so opposite direction. Both are moving towards right, so same direction. So in this case, as you can see, suppose here the gap between them was, let us say 30 km. So after 1 hour, this will travel 10 km here, okay, and this will travel 5 km here. So now see, earlier from 30 it has decreased 10 to 20, but again increased 5, so 5 km per hour. So overall I will say earlier the distance was 30, after 1 hour the distance will become 25, after that 20, after that 15, after that 10. So in this way I can say sir, overall they are moving at a rate of 5 km per hour. So relative speed in this case, okay, relative speed in this case will be x minus y kilometer per hour. X minus y kilometer per hour. This part is very important to understand. Now let us look at this question. The sum of their speeds. Two cars pass each other in opposite direction. Okay, they are passing each other in opposite direction. So the cars were coming like this. The cars were coming like this, and they have passed each other, and now again they are moving in the opposite direction only. So they are moving in this way. Now they are saying ki how long would they take to be 500 kilometer apart. Now till now you can see opposite direction, opposite direction, opposite direction, opposite direction, and even after passing each other also they are moving in opposite direction. So the relative speed will be x plus y only. How much they have to travel, how long would they take to be 500 kilometer per hour per apart. That means this is the distance. They should be at, after crossing each other, after how much time they will be at a distance of 500. So distance is 500, and the speed here, as they are talking moving in the opposite direction, the relative speed will be taking, which is x plus y. X plus y they have already given us 135 kilometer per hour. Okay, so I can say ki, sir, easily by 500 upon 135, if I will be doing, I will be easily getting my time taken. Okay, I will easily get my time taken to do it. Correct? So what I will be saying ki, sir, only alone statement 1 alone is sufficient, while statement 2 alone not sufficient to answer the question. Statement 2 alone will not be able to sufficient the answer. So I will say, sir, only first one alone is sufficient for me. I can do 500 upon 135 and I will get my time taken. I will get my time taken. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. The next question is this. In what time a railway train 60 meter long, moving at the rate of 36 km per hour, passes a telegraph post on its way? Now bacho, train question, again one more important concept, so I will be quickly discussing this concept as well. Okay, now see, whenever the questions of train are coming, okay, so first thing to I have told you, average speed question I have done, then I have done the relative speed questions also done. Now train questions. Remember bacho, train question na, they will be many things. Two types of cases will be there. Either they will say ki how much time will a train takes to cross a flagpole or a post something. Then they will ask ki how much time will it take for them to pass the length of the to cross a platform. And then they will say ki two trains are traveling towards each other, how much time will this take to cross each other. So what does it mean? Length of train matters a lot. See, when I'm walking, suppose let us say ki this bottle is here. Okay, this bottle I have kept it here. Okay, now when I'm walking towards it, when I'm walking it, so it won't take much time. As soon as I have crossed it, done. Okay, as soon as I'm crossing, I have crossed the bottle, done. Because my length this way, I'm not that big, but a train is huge, right? So as you will see, ki you'll be waiting here, the train will take some time. So it takes some time. Suppose even I'll put a flag and I'll say, let's see how much time will the train take to cross the flag. It will take some time, but for us it won't be nothing. In an instant we'll be quickly crossing that part, right? So for train, the length of train is also an important factor. Now always remember, in these questions, what is main thing? Whenever you are supposed to cross a flagpole, let us talk about this thing. Let us say a flag post you have to cross. Now the train, let us say this is your train. Okay, now see bacho, let us say at this point, has it crossed? No. Suppose if it moves ahead, at what time it would have, you will say that it has crossed the flag. In the middle also you will say no. When the last point also has crossed the train, then only you will say ki sir, now the train has crossed the flag post. That means when the train will reach here, that time you will say ki sir, the train has crossed the flag post. Now let us see. Let us say the train's length is D. Now if it is D, this point has moved from here to here. So this point has also moved a distance D. Okay, this point has also moved a distance D to cross the flag. That means to cross any stationary point, the train only has to move its own length. So the distance when it is crossing a telegraph post or something, a stationary object, the distance which has to be covered by a train is equal to the length of the train. Suppose let us say this is flag post. Okay, let us say कि this is your flag post, this is your flag post, this is your flag post, and now this is your train. Okay, train has crossed it? No, you will say no sir, train has not crossed it. Correct? Now let us move the train. Let us move the train. The train is moving. Has it crossed yet? No sir, not yet. Yes sir, crossed. Now see, this point was earlier here, and after crossing it, it has shifted how much distance? The distance of the length of the train. This point was earlier here, and after moving, it has crossed the distance of the length of the train. So in all these cases, when the train has to pass, it has to travel its own length. So in these cases, the distance traveled for train is the length of the train. So distance is equal to what? Length of the train. Distance is equal to what? Length of the train. Distance is equal to what? Length of the train. Now let us talk ahead. Let us move ahead. Next part is, in what time a railway train 60 meter long. So length of the train, that means my distance is what? 60 meter. And the rate, moving at the rate, the speed is what? 36 kilometer per hour. So speed is 36 kilometer per hour. So it has to convert it into meter per second. So let us convert it. So 36 into 1000 divided by 3600, 0000, 1 So we'll be getting 10 meter per second. So how much time will it take? Time is equal to distance upon speed. Distance is 60, speed is 10. That means 6 seconds. Time taken will be 6 seconds. That means option D. Now the next part. Let us talk about the platform also. Now you have to tell me, on using your own brain, using your own thing. Suppose earlier we have only passed it through a platform. Now see, let us say this is your flagpole. Okay, and this flagpole, or let us say not flagpole, let us say now talk about a bridge or a platform. Okay. Now let us say a train is standing here. This is the train here. Okay, the length of the train is D, and the length of the bridge is, let us say, A. Okay, now tell me bachcho, if it has to cross it, how much distance the train has to travel? If it has to cross it, how much distance the train has to travel? You will not say D, because now even if this suppose moves D, it will reach somewhere here only. Now you will say A. In the case if you are saying A, so this point after moving A, the front point after moving A will reach here. But it doesn't tell na कि the train has crossed the platform. Nope. So to cross the platform, the train has to reach somewhere here. The train has to reach somewhere here. So as you can see, this point has moved from A, and the distance of the train is T. So when the platform is given, the distance will be equal to length of train plus bridge length, or the length of the bridge or length of the platform, whatever it is. Understood? This is how it has been taken. So we have already solved this question. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so the correct answer is 6 seconds. Now the distance between Delhi and Mathura is 110 kilometers. Starts from Delhi with speed of 20 km per hour at 7 a.m. For Mathura, B starts from Mathura with a speed of 25 km per hour at 8 p.m. from Delhi. When will they meet? Now let us see one thing. What is the total distance? 110. Total distance is what? 110. So we will say that distance is 110. Now you will not take speed here, because two objects, when they are moving towards each other, Delhi to Mathura, Mathura to Delhi, moving towards each other, so in that case relative speed. So I will say कि sir, my relative speed, when they are moving towards each other, moving in the opposite direction, the speeds are added. So 20 plus 25, correct, is equal to 45 km per hour. Correct? Right? So the time taken for them to meet will be, time will be equal to, sir, 110 upon 45. 110 upon 45. Acha, they are moving. Oh, wait. Bit tricky. See what happens now, कि one is starting at 7 a.m. other one is starting at 8 p.m. Okay, so this is the difference. What is happening? That the train which is moving from Delhi is starting at 20 km per hour. Suppose if both were moving at the same time, if both left at same time, then whatever I have told, that would be same. Now let us see in this question what has happened. So from Delhi it is starting at 20 km per hour at 7 a.m. for Mathura. B starts from Mathura with a speed of 25 km at 8 p.m. from Delhi. So when will they meet? So now bacho, from Delhi with this train, from Delhi if it is moving at 20 km per hour at 7 a.m. and this is moving from Mathura. So from Delhi, that train, let us take, this is Delhi and this is Mathura. Now this train left at 7 a.m. at a speed of 20 km per hour, and this train from here will move at 8 p.m. So when this train is moving at 8 p.m, if I knew ki at 8 p.m where this train was, I can directly apply that formula, distance upon relative speed. So let us find out where this train was at 8 p.m. 8 p.m means 7 a.m. to 7 p.m, total 12 hours, right? Plus 1, total 13 hours. 13 hours with the speed of 20 km per hour. I think there's a mistake, bacho. This is AM. Okay, this is AM. There's a mistake. It is AM. It is AM. Okay, this is the question typing mistake. It is AM. Okay, it is AM. So that means 1 hour. This train is leaving 1 hour later. So after 1 hour, how much distance it would have covered? After 1 hour, it would have covered 20 km distance because it is moving at the distance of 20 km per hour. So after 1 hour, this train will be somewhere here in the between. Let us say it has covered 20 km. And from Delhi to Mathura, total distance is what? 110 km. So now the distance between them is only 90 km per hour. So now isn't it the first case? Two trains 90 km apart moving towards each other. One is at 20, one is at 25 km. So I will say the relative speed will become 20 plus 25. Correct? Distance between them is 90. Relative speed will be nothing but 20 plus 25, which is equal to 45 km per hour. Okay, so time taken by them will be meeting for what? Will be 90 upon 45, which is equal to 2 hours. So 2 hours from what? See, we are calculating their common time from 8 a.m. So from 8 a.m. it would take them 2 hours more to meet. So from 8 a.m. 2 hours more means what? 10 a.m. will be 10 a.m. Okay, so this is how the questions are solved. 10 a.m. will be the correct answer. Understood? Chalo. Okay, chalo. A train covers a distance of 12 km in 10 minutes. If it takes 6 seconds to pass a telegraph post, then the length of the train. Okay, so now this train is covering a distance of 12 km in 10 minutes. Okay, if it takes 6 seconds to pass a telegraph post, find the length of the train. So I am giving you this question as your homework. This will be your homework question. Okay, let's see all the question. All of you can see the question again. A train covers a distance of 12 km in 10 minutes. Okay, the train is covering a distance of 12 km in 10 minutes. If it takes 6 seconds to pass a telegraph post, then find out the length of the train. I want you to give the answer in the chat box. And bacho, if you are liking the video, yet give me a like, bacho. Okay, so this is your homework question. I want you to give me answer in the comment box and let me see how many of you would be able to give me correct answer. And write the method. No matter in the short ways, but at least try to see me. Tell me how you got the answer. Okay, so I would be more happy that how you have got it. Understood? Okay, chalo. Now, two trains are moving in the opposite direction at 60 km per hour, 90 km per hour. Their lengths are 1.10 and 0.9 km respectively, time taken by them to cross each other. Again the same concept, moving towards each other. So the relative speed for them will become what? We will say ki the relative speed as they are moving in the opposite direction towards each other, 60 plus 90, which is equal to 150 km per hour. kmph is kilometer per hour. And now the length of their trains is what? 1.10, 0.9. So eventually, suppose two trains has to pass each other. So at this point, have they crossed each other? No. At what time you will say they have crossed each other? You will say, suppose at this point, will you say that they have crossed each other? Nope. So you will say when this red train has suppose moved here and this black train has suppose moved, black has moved here. In this case, you will say na ki it has passed the hole, correct? So now this train, see, whenever this train was moving, this train if will move only, let us say this was L1 and let us say this was L2. Okay, so remember this thing, when two trains cross each other, the distance moved, total distance moved will be equal to length of train 1 plus length of train 2. So 1.10 plus 0.9 will be equal to 2 kilometer. Again, same logic. Yeah, see, suppose these are the two trains. These are the two trains. Now, are they crossing each other? Yet no. So, in relative motion, it is same that either both are moving or let one stop and others let move. So, this train from here to here, as you can see, this point, just focus on the front of the train from here to here. This is L1, this is L2. So, if this front point moves a distance of L1, has it crossed yet? No. Let it move further. Now, has it crossed yet? Yes. So, how much this point has moved? Sir, first it has moved L1 from here to here and now L2. So, L1 plus L2 is the total distance. So, that is 2 kilometers. Now, what we have to find out? Time taken to cross each other. So, let us do one thing. All is in the seconds. So, let us convert it into seconds. Right? So, this part we have to convert it to meter per second. So 150 into 1000 upon 3600 0000, and then you can say ki this is sir 5s 18s and this will be equal to 350s 36s, correct? So you will be getting, and then you can say sir 25s and 3s, so you will be getting 125 by 3 meter per second is the speed of the relative speed of both the trains, and total distance to cover them is what? 2000 meter. So time taken will be distance upon speed 2000 upon 125 by 3. So this will be 25 5s and 25 80s, correct? 5 1s 5 16s 16 3s 48 seconds. So the correct answer will be 48 seconds. Very important questions. Okay, so these concepts you have to remember a lot. What will be the concept for train passing each other? What will the concept for when the trains pass each other? The distance moved by them is L1 plus N2. When a train crosses a telegraph post, the distance moved is the length of the train. When two cars moving towards each other, the relative speed is x plus y. When two cars move away from each other, when two cars move towards each other or away from each other, but means both are moving in the opposite direction. When two cars are moving in the opposite direction, the relative speed is x plus y. When two cars are moving in the same direction, the relative speed is x minus y. Okay, so these are the main concepts which we have learned today. Kiran travels from A to B by car and returns from B to A by cycle in 7 hours. If he travels both ways by car, he saves 3 hours. What is the time taken to cover both ways by cycle? What is the time taken to cover both ways by cycle? Okay, so let us see. This is again a very easy question. From A to B by car and returns from B to A by cycle in 7 hours. Okay, sir. If he travels both ways by car, he saves 3 hours. That means when he is traveling both ways by car, he is taking 4 hours. Okay, and both ways by car, so total 4 hours. That means one way 2 hours, other way 2 hours. Correct? So from A to B, he is traveling by car. So from A to B. Okay, if he goes by car, he will be taking 2 hours here and 2 hours here. Correct? Now what they are saying, ki what is the time taken to cover both ways by cycle? Chalo. Now when he is moving by cycle, he is taking total 7 hours. Okay, when he is moving by cycle, he is taking total 7 hours. So I know by car, so he will take 2 hours. By car, so he will take 2 hours. So that means by cycle, he is taking 5 hours. By cycle in one way. By cycle in one way is taking 5 hours. So if he travels both the ways by cycle, so 5 plus 5 total 10 hours. Where is 10 hours? First option, 10 hours. Okay, so this is how easily you can solve these questions. Okay, easily can be solved. Understood? So this is all in today's session, bacho. I hope all of you really enjoyed today's session, and do download Vedantu's app which has your free doubt solving app and free study material and schedule of the classroom activities. And also बच्चों, do like, share and subscribe to this Vedantu's channel, and do press the bell icon so that you will get to know the notification about the next class. And any doubts, any queries, you can reach to me at gopal.paliwal@vedantu.com, and I'll see you soon बच्चों in the next session with some amazing questions. I'll see you soon. Yep, chalo, bye bye.